the mic, talking day and spilling life, from trending memes to wildest dreams. Girl, did you hear that crazy thing? Girl, did you hear what's going down? We're lighting up this whole damn town. Strange and trending every week. Bestie vibes that'll never peak.
Microplastics themselves are in everything.
Yeah, the
They're little
microplastics end up
fibers.
in you and
Yes.
end up in your body, changing your DNA. The microplastics are what make your cells cancerous.
Correct. Okay, so like where did the microplastics come from, right? Because it hasn't been like this for all of human life since we've been humans. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Back in the day, they manufactured plastic items and things with different chemicals. They've had tons of, hearings with Congress and stuff about this, right?
Right.
But like there's been a lot of pushback because the money that comes from all of the manufacturing of these plastics is too big of an amount for Congress to fucking care.
So
and bat
consumerism
an
is the
eye.
problem. What is one plastic you could give up right now? Like if I were to hold you to like a 30-day trial, if you were to give up one plastic item and switch it out for something else, what would it be?
Oh, cutting boards.
The cutting boards?
100%.
Nice.
Hey guys, welcome to Girl Did You Hear?
The ultimate bestie hangout. I'm Jessica.
And I'm Kristen. Today is episode 79. Doo-doo-doo-doo.
We're almost to 80.
Almost. Trucking along every week. Today we have a crazy show that we watched. Outside of the norm that we usually watch with crime based.
But it is a crime.
It is a crime. It's an environmental crime.
I mean, it's a personal crime.
It is,
Jeez.
yeah, it's a personal crime, an environmental crime. It's just,
It's plastic.
doesn't have blood and gore.
Nobody, well, I mean, people die from this all the time. I was about to say nobody dies from this, but people do.
They do.
It's wild.
Yes. So we watched the Plastic Detox on Netflix. And let me tell you, I didn't really know what to expect because the little caption of what it's about is about
infertility.
Infertility and how microplastics affect infertility. And I'm like, well, I don't really have any, reason to watch that. But you recommended it and I was like, sure, let's do it. Very interesting because
it talks about so much more than just
so much. Yeah.
Those 6 couples. Yeah.
So the premise really is this scientist, Dr. Shauna Swan.
Mm-hmm.
She decided to do an experiment on couples after her years of research in microplastics and that whole field and how they affect the body and so forth, right?
Right.
And she was having infertility issues with herself, which then kind of spawned this whole idea of is our environment and things that we're doing and putting into our bodies affecting this?
Our chances for conceiving.
Correct. Right. And so she did an experiment and she found 6 different couples with different kind of backgrounds and ethnicities and so forth, different parts of the country. And she went to them and they did it was 3 months, right?
Yeah, it was I can't remember how long. Yeah, I think it was a 90-day detox of plastics.
And so what she did was initially she tested all the sperm counts of the men and all of the female hormones that you need to be able to conceive. And
right.
Tested all of those things. Also did the chemical tests on their bodies to see what their levels were of the
phthalates.
Yes. And the BPAs, which is bisphenols, something like that.
Oh man, there's so many chemically words in here.
Yeah.
We're going to
murder those words.
I didn't even write any of them down.
You should see how I spelled some of them. I'm like, wait, what did they say?
For sure. Yes.
So they tested all these chemicals to get a starting point of where everybody was at, right? And everybody was super high on the chemicals. The men were some of them were medium on sperm count, and some of them were lower levels. The women were kind of middle and lower levels for chances of conceiving,
right?
Based off their hormones and so forth. So then initially their plastic detox consisted of, removing things from their households that have microplastics in them. And so for anybody that doesn't know, it's not every single thing that's plastic Well, pretty much. Yeah. I mean, the microplastics themselves are in everything.
Yeah, the
little
microplastics end up
fibers.
in you and
Yes.
end up in your body, changing your DNA. The microplastics are what make your cells cancerous.
Correct.
So those are the things that leach out of the plastic items that we use or are introduced to every day or in our routines. And those are the ones that get inside of us.
Correct.
So like, it's not really the plastic that's bad. It's the chemicals that make the plastic.
Correct.
But it's even more than just plastic.
Yeah. It goes even further
I mean,
down
even
into that.
smaller, even thinner, even like more finer than you think.
It goes deep down to everyday items that we're using. Microplastics are in hair care products, makeup,
It's like perfumes,
perfumes,
in
anything,
lotions,
fragrance, laundry
dyes,
soap,
like everything. It's in
Everything.
everything. I can't.
And what's crazy is like, okay, so like where did the microplastics come from, right? Because it hasn't been like this for all of human life since we've been humans. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Back in the day, they manufactured plastic items and things with different chemicals that we don't know for sure, I guess, if those had microplastics in them. They say that they didn't because they found a way to make these other items, you know, to continually make the items that we use on an everyday basis with different chemicals that are like cheaper. Those chemicals are cheaper to make the plastics. And they found that these chemicals you can use in a variety of things. So it gives them more ability to make more things with these cheaper chemicals. I think that's the best way to explain that, kind of. Which is crazy because back then it didn't happen. And now all of a sudden it's like a huge thing that's been going on for a very long time. And only recently, in the last few years, have scientists and people been kind of dissecting into like what they are and how they're actually hurting our bodies.
I'm sorry, when you're finding pieces of plastic in placentas
Yeah.
that aren't nobody's ingesting, like willingly ingest, especially not
No.
mothers that are expecting bits of, I mean, how would that end up in the placenta anyways?
Right.
Without it just being in your system.
Yeah. Well, they found microplastics in your brain, in
Right.
your lungs,
And like
in your blood.
Dude, it's wild.
You know,
where
like,
that place
and they're
is.
finding these things obviously like after people have passed, you know, and they're doing, you know, medical research and so forth on these bodies and stuff. And that's how they're figuring that out. They're also determining that a lot of birth defects are stemming from the microplastic toxicity as well. And what's even crazy is in the show, they even said, like, if I was to get pregnant and I was having a female, like my DNA and microplastic toxicity would transfer to that baby. And then if that baby was a girl, would also transfer to her child.
Right.
Which is insane. So
It
it's
like stems
three
three generations. But like, you got to
Just,
think
like,
of it
from an
this way.
instance.
You've already got it from your mom.
Yeah.
Like,
100%.
you had no hope of being microplastic. Who's Michael? Microplastic free from the jump.
Yeah.
Like,
Which is
I did
wild.
a little like year math, and I was like, okay. So there was a time before plastics existed, because there had to have been.
Correct.
But like, when was that? So it's like pre-1900s, no petrochemical plastics. Petrochemical
Petro
is
huge.
the key here, or one of the bigger keys.
Yeah.
So 1907 was like the first fully synthetic plastic. So that's where you're talking about where they're making them with like different chemicals that aren't as crazy. But it wasn't really till like 1940, 1950 did plastics really become a huge part of the manufacturing process, because that was during World War II. So World War II really made plastics easily accessible, because it was being used to produce supplies for the military. So once after 1950, I mean, from 1970 on, it's just been a part of our everyday lives.
Yeah, which
like
is
it's
crazy.
consistently been a part of our everyday lives since, I mean, 1950 something. So we haven't been clocking it until about 1980.
Right.
Because that's when our doctor here started taking interest in
Yes.
what is actually going on. So we've been just freebasing
Hammering.
microplastics
And what's crazy too is like it's in just like the air too. Like you spray like your Febreze.
There you go. Your goner, your perfume, your like aerosol deodorant, anything that comes out of any plastic bottle.
Right.
Like the things you cook your food in, the things you preserve your food with. Like,
well, even like just going to the grocery store and trying to purchase food, you look at every package. I was at the store the other day.
Yeah.
Yesterday and today, actually. And everything is in some
plastic.
sort of plastic.
Yeah. Plastic is,
so like,
is everything.
How... Okay, yes, I understand like within your household, you can do some changes, right?
Mm-hmm.
You can change out your laundry soaps, your sponges, the things you eat your food on, or cook your food, preserve your food, store your food in. You can change out a lot of things within your environment in your household. But how do you, like, the food's already manufactured with the plastic.
You can only reduce it. You can only reduce your opportunity.
What do? You buy
or you
your
homestead.
plastic food at the store and then bring it home and put it in something else, a different container.
And decant it, yeah.
That's not plastic, and hope that it alleviates some of the fibers that are going to be coming off of that each time you use it.
Yeah.
That's crazy, dude.
Essentially. Well, because like, okay, think back to like 1930. They didn't have plastic then. They still survived and had food and things like that. But like
Trevor and I just had this conversation upstairs earlier.
They were, I mean, I did the maths, right? So like what happened if plastics would go away? Well, first of all, medicine, the whole medical world would become really, really, really,
that was
really
another
scary.
one too, is a lot of the medicine that we take, especially extended release.
Like the little capsules.
Yes.
Some of them are plastic.
Yes. Not all, but some are.
So
there's you're
but
swallowing
plastic.
a whole pill.
Plastic helps make things sterile. Plastic creates a barrier for a lot of plastic acts in instruments.
Yeah.
And all the things that they use to perform surgery on us so that they can open us up and close us up safely. Like the plastic covers the doctor's hand so that he doesn't get his like fingernail fungus inside of you while he's trying to make sure that your spleen doesn't explode. Like if plastics had to go away, the medical world would become the scariest place you'd not want to be.
But like, there's got to be a replacement for that.
Like what?
I don't know.
You're gonna go rub dandelions on your boo boo? Like they're so necessary, and I get that they're so evil. But like, if plastics were to melt away, we'd be right back into like that 1930s, 1950s era.
Yeah.
Like we wouldn't go all the way back to the Stone Ages where we're like poking saber tooths with sticks. But like still.
Yeah.
I mean, technology would cease to exist.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, everything in this room is plastic.
Yeah. There's just microplastics everywhere.
Everywhere. I mean,
everywhere.
It's in our clothes.
I'm sitting on it.
I'm talking into it. Like,
it's like I washed my hair today, so that's all up in there.
Yep.
You know?
Yep,
like,
same.
And not only is it just the microplastics in like personal hygiene products, like we've known for a while that like a lot of makeup products and stuff have had really shitty chemicals in them that are destroying
and we're just like, so what?
Lathering
Throw
them
it on. At least I look good.
You know, I'm kind of thankful that I'm pretty minimalist when it comes to like my skincare. Mm-hmm. Like it's good and bad. Like I'm just like a basic like face wash kind of person. Like I may put some toner on every once in a while. I may put some like extra moisturizer, whatever. I definitely have like puffy eye cream that I use, but like that's pretty much like the extent of my skincare usage.
Okay, bragger.
But I have gone through like waves of my life where I'm like gonna try to be better at my skincare and I'm gonna try all these other products and then like I'll do it for a little bit and then like I don't notice any difference or whatever I'm trying to achieve, so then I just stop using them.
We just give up.
You know?
Yeah.
But like, yeah, so we've known on a chemical basis that
the things we're putting into our bodies are garbage.
Yeah. Like everything that we use to take care of ourselves on a hygiene level is shit for us. Everything that we, you know, do.
Which is wild, right? Because we're just trying not to be stinky out here, but it's killing us.
But also like on another level, like, which I don't want to go down this rabbit hole today, but like on the food aspect, it's the same thing. Like how many chemicals and shit is in our food. So we're also consuming food. I just saw a freaking thing the other day on ground beef that there was a recall on some random brand of ground beef for medical or metal fragments found in it. And I'm like, really?
Oh no, the machine came apart.
Like, come on.
It's hard.
Like, thanks for letting us know that's in there.
Right.
But like, if I opened my ground beef and there was metal fragments in there, it would take me a minute to buy ground beef again.
And that's the crazy
have
part
to
is
find,
how do
like-
you know there's ground beef in there? Like what is the catalyst in order which you find out? Do you find it in there raw? And you're
Right.
like, oh no, fuck no. Or do you feed it to someone?
And someone's like-
and they're like, chink, and they're like, what the? And
They're
then
like,
find it that way.
Yeah, that's either way. It's shitty. Like, we just shouldn't have to worry about that. I feel like
Who's
as humans.
But like, why? I mean, what?
well, okay. So in the show,
Nobody's going to protect us from
No,
this.
they went to, they've had tons of, hearings with Congress and stuff about this, right?
Right.
But like, there's been a lot of pushback because the fucking money that comes from all of the manufacturing of these plastics is too big of an amount for Congress to fucking care.
So
and
consumerism
bat an
is the
eye
problem.
at it. Well, yeah, that's part of it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if you look at all the stuff that we buy, but like, I don't know. It's just crazy because in Europe, which they also touched on this, there's hundreds of chemicals that Europe has deemed not okay. Like hundreds of them. There's like columns, probably more than hundreds, there's whole columns of these types of chemicals that they've banned over there. They're like, no, we've determined that these are not good for our people. So you can't fucking use them. Find something else to use. In America, they don't give a fuck. They're like, use it. We don't care. And then 25, 30, 40 plus years later, they're like, oh, that chemical we were using that long ago, that's really not great for us. So now we're going to decide not to use that. You know what I mean? But like in Europe, they decide you have to show them like that these chemicals are not harmful to humans ahead of time. In America, it doesn't matter. You have to show it after the fact, which is fucked up in my opinion. So the fact that they are able to use other things to still create plastic items and things that are not maybe releasing as much microplastics into their people, why can't America do the same thing over here?
They're still suffering from microplastics. Sorry, Michael. Microplastics over there, though. Like,
No, but, like,
just
the
because they
chemicals,
have this list of
these
stuff,
specific
that
chemicals,
their
though.
beef still comes wrapped in cellophane. Their apples still come in plastic bags.
Yes.
they
However-
still have scented garbage bin trash containers
For sure.
and TV dinners that are held in a
But do-
plastic container.
how do we know-
Even though the beef is not treated with some crazy chemical that's on this list as long as your arm, doesn't mean that it's not still that it's not still happening over there. America doesn't care because we like the money.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, there is things that America can do to make it better for Americans. And
Why would they want to? It's not cost effective.
well, of course they wouldn't, because they don't really give a shit about us.
They don't. They only give a shit about our dollar.
However, but they should care about us because people are not reproducing kids as much as they are back when. Because
Of microplastics.
the world is fucked. No one wants to bring a child into this crazy ass world. 2, they can't get pregnant because microplastics. 3, they just can't get pregnant for other various reasons.
No, there's a lot of outside influences.
There is a lot of people that have consciously just made the choice not to do that because, like I have, because our world is fucked and there's not anything environmentally good here for our below
Future
generations. You know what I mean? Like if our country and if our country continues to go the way that it is, we're going to have less children in the world to sustain the plastic fucking world because everyone's going to die. Everyone's going to be born with fucking birth defects. So then how do the leaders, how are they going to have their little pawns go into their school systems and do all of that and become their little pawns in the fucking system to make them all this money? How are they going to do that with all these birth defects and microplastic little humans running around?
I'm sure they'll adapt.
How?
We won't be around to watch it. Why do we fucking care?
Well, I have grandbabies
Well, I get that.
that are in
but
this
they
world
aren't
coming up.
like super deformed microplastic babies.
No, they're
sweetheart.
not. But
Keep going.
I do feel like things in the environment affects people on a much broader spectrum than what, everyone is leading on to make us believe. You know what I mean? Like autism, all of that, like it's all probably stemmed from all the environmental shit that we have around us. All of it, I feel like has something to do with it, which is crazy. It's just crazy to me that like our leaders of this country don't see that as a fucking problem. Like that is just crazy to me. And I don't have like a further explanation on that other than that is fucking crazy because other countries do things differently than America does. And there's no reason why we can't also try to do those similar things to make our country better for our fucking people.
Fucking write a letter, sis. Preach. Shit.
Just saying.
I don't know what that has to do much with plastic, but here we are.
It does have to do with plastics because it's all encompassing. It's all encompassing.
Right.
All of it. It's all connected and it's all encompassing.
Okay.
That's how I feel about that on that side of it. But getting back to the show, off of my soapbox there, they did do testing on embryos, on animals, and so forth to prove and to show that there were defects when they were ingested with high levels of these specific chemicals.
Right.
Which is wild to me because like at the end of the day, like science is science.
Right.
Like if you're saying, hey, look what happens when I ingest with this chemical. And then look what happens when I don't ingest this with this chemical. Like there's a clear black and white, outcome.
Right.
So like, I just don't get it.
You can't just change it though. It doesn't just like fix itself. It takes an act of Congress to make this stuff change. Like it's not going to take this lady's 6 couples worth of an anti-plastic intervention.
No, of course
to
not.
Get stuff to change. And it's also not going to take hundreds of thousands of people, millions of people getting sick, tons of evidence happening that's saying that this stuff is killing us to make anything change because there's dollar in the way that it's been done.
Of course.
And the people that are sitting up there are old and stuck in their ways and all we have is time.
Yeah, pretty much.
We only have this much time. I get it. And we're all plastic consuming
creatures.
Birth defected, ADHD having, I don't know what else you want to toss on the end of this tail.
Something.
But like, it granted, you're right. It affects us all. I mean, but there has been change. They even brought this up in the documentary, the leaded gas.
Yeah.
When they said it was making us all dumb. And then they're like, oh,
yeah, but
we
that's
need
a
to
perfect
change.
example
It
of
took an act of Congress to get it to change.
Right.
Like,
but it took how many years?
It took really long time.
Yeah.
I mean, and I'm sure Europe was doing unleaded gas far before us and all of their people were running off way smarter than we were before we got around to it. That's the way they do it over there. I mean, you walk into some people's houses and you have to take your shoes off. You don't have to take your shoes off in my house. I get it.
That is a poor example.
That is a great example because people who don't want you tracking in their outside dirt and all the germs and the grossness that's on the bottom of your shoes.
True. When I was growing up, we didn't have shoes in our house.
Leave your stinky germs and your yucky chemicals at the door.
Yeah.
To whereas in some American homes, we don't care what you're tracking. Bring it in.
Like,
get comfortable. If you don't like feet, that's fine. Just wear your shoes.
Yeah.
Put them on the table. It's great. But it's just
too much. It's too much.
But it's just how we've been doing it.
I know. But we've been doing it wrong for a long fucking time. And it's time for things to change at a faster pace. In my opinion.
Time. So since 1980s is when we started noticing this, right? So that's over 40 years.
Well, in the 50s is when they changed chemicals.
Is when, they went to what do they call it? Petrochemicals.
Yeah, so it's longer than since the 80s. I mean, the 80s is when we might have been like, oh, maybe some of this stuff is affecting us now.
Well, I think the 80s is a lot of the time when we opened our eyes to like a lot of the environmental happenings that were happening. And then they kind of started to clock all of the...
Yeah, but like
other health issues that were happening at the time. I don't know. It was just technology was also giving us an opportunity to look deeper into things.
Yeah.
Right. Because that was kind of the precipice. I mean, and without plastic, we wouldn't have computers. We wouldn't have phones. We wouldn't have anything, man. It would take a minute for me to get over here if I didn't have plastic. Like, I'd have to walk or ride a horse. I've never ridden a horse before.
Well, you could learn.
Yeah, but
I mean,
I like my plastic car.
there's other ways.
Lord help us. She's getting groceries with a mule. The good news is the couples who did go on the detox, a large portion of her survey conceived.
They did.
Which was great.
Yeah.
Because it just goes to show that, you know,
so
there
at the
is
final
some
testing, all of their
everybody
levels,
improved.
all the sperm counts went up, all the shitty chemical levels went down.
The couples
to like
lost weight.
below
It was
even
detectable levels.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which is great. I mean, there's something goes to show that there's marketable change that you can make, even though we are consumed in such a plastic world, that you can do to improve your own environment.
Yeah.
Because honestly, I see you, I hear you, I feel you. You want to change it on a global level because nobody should suffer.
Right.
But you should start in your own environment so that the
Yes,
people around
100%.
us aren't suffering, right?
100%.
Like,
But
I love this energy, but like, let's funnel it towards.
No, I agree. Yeah, we can only can control what we can control in our own environment, right?
I mean,
and
I wish I could
what
go
we're
up there
choosing to purchase
and
so
bust
forth.
up like politicians' heads and like force open eyes and make read surveys and bring understanding. But then it just feels like you're arguing with a wall. Because I mean, they're getting paid to do and be and who they are.
Yeah, because they just don't give a fuck, really. Like, unless it's something that's putting more money in their pocket, they really don't care, like, about the people. And that is just a really shitty thing and realization to come to and to admit and to openly talk about.
That like our government doesn't give a
Yes.
fuck about us.
Yeah, exactly.
They don't care if we get hurt.
And it's not that I'm like just having this realization.
No,
I've
no.
known this
This
for a
is-
long ass fucking time.
This has been a constant
I'm just saying, like,
conversation.
I have seen and noticed more people are becoming awakened of this new concept and are pissed about it. And I just think there needs to be more awareness and more people voicing their opinions on it. Because then maybe there could be sustainable change within the industry. And not only like, yes, Congress has to have this big act for like the manufacturers to change what they're doing, right?
And then
I'm
even that takes time.
Yes, obviously, yeah, because it's like Trevor and Mike were talking about it, like how shitty it is, like when you vote on something, like it should be an instantaneous thing.
It shouldn't take 5 years for this to fall in place.
It should not.
Yeah.
Like because by then you have a new fucking president, pretty much.
And he can just go, nah, I don't like
you
that
know,
idea.
everything is just back and forth. Like it should be like an instant thing, like on your phone. Boom. Oh, they want to whatever for this. Oh, okay, yeah, sure. I agree with that. And like very simple, yes, voted, yes, done. And then they have a certain amount of time from that point to get the fucking thing done. Then maybe shit would actually change in our freaking world, you know, like for the better. But instead, they choose not to do any of that.
Yep.
She just said, yep. So my question to you is, are you going to make any environmental changes after watching this documentary?
Environmental change is probably not the best wording for it. Am I going to try and like fix my microplastics? Nah.
Are you going to do anything around your house to try to change your microplastic ingestions?
Probably not. No. Sorry.
But you don't have to be sorry to me.
Are
I'm just
you?
asking. I probably will change some things for sure. Like easy things that are not like... So Trevor and I were talking about it because he was like sort of like, I had this on in the TV, the living room. Mm-hmm. And he's like, this is fucking dumb.
Well, yeah, because the information sucks to hear.
Yeah. Well, it does suck to hear, but like he like assumed that I was going to go like all fucking hippie woo woo and get rid of everything and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, guy, like, no, like, I'm sorry.
There's
I'm not
no
going to
way.
ask him to obviously like make a change. Like, I'm not going to tell him he can't wear, you have to wear plastic free clothing, you know, like
Cotton, wool, and silk,
that's
baby.
a little ridiculous for him. Like, I would never expect him to do that, but I can control what certain things, you know, in our household for the people that I am living with and care about. You know what I mean?
Right.
Such as the shit that I cut my food on, my cutting boards, you know, our dishes, the things that we cook our food out of, our pots and pans, like the shit that I can put my meal prep stuff into, you know, like I usually try to seek out like the non-toxic BPA free stuff, like naturally. I have, because that is available. And usually I do I search non-toxic whatever recently before I watch this show.
Yeah.
But like my pots and pans, definitely I could change out. Cutting boards, I could change out. I have changed out my laundry soap like months and months and months ago.
But is your laundry soap coming out of a plastic bottle or is it coming out of a glass container?
It currently is a pod, which I want to change it again.
So that is even still is coming out of a plastic bottle. Like it's so all encompassing. And that's the reason why I'm not going to be like, well, yep, I'm going to change it because I already do a bunch of things to try and help reduce, reuse, recycle.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, and I know that's not what we're talking about here, but like it plays a part into it.
It totally does.
Like,
because
I like reusable water bottles. I know that there is plastic involved because I put my mouth on plastic in order to drink from it. If I wanted to completely alleviate it, I would
use a metal straw,
remove
or whatever.
the lid or whatever. But like, I mean, I'm doing my best.
Yeah.
And something's going to get me anyways.
Well, yeah, something's going to get all of us anyways.
I mean, it's hard because like I try and choose, like when I go thrifting, I try and find natural fibers because those are more luxurious. They tend to last a little bit longer and like there's no plastic in them.
True.
I try and find those natural resources because they're not readily available. Like
no,
they're not easy to get.
They talk about that in the show too.
It is so expensive.
Especially like for fabrics is probably like one of the hardest.
It's one of the biggest industries. They're like fashion is so unnecessary.
Yeah.
I mean, and then fast fashion on top of it. Like I don't think Shein has 100% cotton anything. And I'm probably standing. Okay.
No.
I shouldn't say doesn't have anything. I'm sure the percentage in which Shein has 100% cotton items is very small compared to the amount of items in which are made from plastic.
Correct. And in the show, they mentioned there was a couple designers that had, I forget what brand they were, but I want to say it was like Versace or something, but they created like a full, like a whole fashion, whatever line of like natural
Fibers, natural fibers,
and
natural dyes.
They basically couldn't sell it to any store because it was too expensive.
It sucks because the dyes are so much more. Like when I watched this, I didn't realize that the stuff was in like I get it, it's in everything, but then I didn't even think about the everything, like the dyes, the fragrances, like all of the things that you're just not, it's not a physical thing. It's just a part of something. You just
it's just a part of our
life. You might
life,
as well
our
call
habits.
me Barbie because I'm plastic, baby. It's like, it's hard. It's really hard. And it's kind of overwhelming at the same time because it's like, it's another target that I have to focus on hitting. I mean, not only am I trying to eat right, work out, be happy, live life to the fullest, I don't know, pop off queen, whatever. I'm also trying to reduce, reuse, recycle, lessen my carbon footprint, make sure that I'm leaving a better environment for my nieces and nephews and their children after them. And then also now not consuming as much plastic, trying to make sure that all of my items are safe for me and my family and everybody around me. And then it's like, how many do I have to pay attention to before like my head just explodes?
Right.
And then you get to examine
like
how many microplastics are floating around in that empty dome piece.
Yeah, it's a lot.
It's overwhelming.
Yeah, it can be for sure.
I mean, I appreciate the hyper awareness to the sensitivity of the situation, but the population has grown well beyond what we can do to make marketable change.
Yeah. Like I said, all we can do is control what we
that
can
many
control.
people, right? We have to preserve food for this many people. We have created a gigantic consumeristic monster in which everybody needs all of these products. And therefore now we need these things. We need these things covered in plastic. We need these things to be fast, cheap, and easy. We need these things to be disposable. It's wild.
It is wild. But not everything is disposable because all this shit doesn't break down, and that creates and compiles the recycling issue in
disposable is
world.
a wrong word. Everything needs to be consumable.
Yeah.
Like one-time use. I can't believe, remember when like you would have a phone for longer than, a couple of years? Now you're just trading those out every couple new ones.
Whenever a new one comes out.
Right? It's like planned obsolescence. They want you to buy more and more and more. I mean, they don't give a fuck. No. All they want is that little bill that's in your pocket.
Yeah. All of it.
All of the bills.
Yes.
So am I going to change my plastic routine? Probably not.
That's fair.
What is one plastic you could give up right now? Like if I were to hold you to like a 30-day trial, if you were to give up one plastic item and switch it out for something else, what would it be?
Oh, cutting boards.
The cutting boards?
100%.
Nice.
Because, well, I've been thinking about doing that for a while. Because I've known that certain cutting boards just like hold bacteria,
Right. So you're doing it for like a germy level.
Even though they say that this cutting board doesn't,
right?
They're like, no, that material does. And it's also full of fucking microplastics.
Right.
You know what I mean? And we have a couple different ones, but they're all not good.
Right.
So that would be an easy one for me to just like change out on a germy level and
on a plastic level.
Yeah.
So here's the flip side of that. What's one plastic? Like say if the world were to melt down everything plastic tomorrow, what's that one plastic you couldn't live without?
I don't know because it's fucking everywhere. So it's like, I don't know.
What's the one thing that you hold dear?
I don't know. I can't answer that. Do you have an answer for that?
Mm-hmm. What
is it?
Girl, everything. Like, okay, so it's your cars, it's your technology.
Yeah.
It's the ability to like flip on a switch, order Domino's from my phone. It's the technology.
The technology does it for you?
Not saying that I couldn't like raise my chickens and grow my corn and do the little homesteady thing.
Yeah.
But like, it's the technology. The technology brings us so far ahead medically, and
it does.
Gives us leaps and bounds of
like there's
abilities to like give people opportunities that didn't have those opportunities because plastics didn't exist, like amputees,
right?
People who have other disabilities of loss of sight or hearing or things along that nature. Like, it sucks that plastic sucks, but plastic has created such a great medical industry.
Yeah. There's got to be another way. There's got to be another chemical or thing to make that does the same thing as plastic.
Right. That's what she's talking about in like the whole green chemistry thing.
Yeah.
It's like we need to find a different formula of
something. Well, and what was interesting too is, which I didn't know, is they have like these whole like environmental green like conferences and like expos, like where people are like showing their 100%
their research
plastic free shoes that they made. And
I saw that was kind of neat.
When you
but
throw
then
it away,
thinking about like how long is this shoe
decompose.
gonna last me? If it's meant to decompose in 6 months to a year, how long am I going to be wearing it? How much does it cost? And how
many
frequently am I going to have to replace this thing? Because if it's built to break down, it's
gonna
planned
break down
to be obsolete. I don't care that it grows into a patch of daisies at the end. I need it to be sustainable.
Yeah.
That's the other thing. I don't need to be spending $80 on grass shoes. I want to be spending $80 on a good leather boot, maybe, that'll last me 10 years instead of 6 months.
Grass shoes.
Well, that was the picture.
It
was like,
I'll try to drop a picture in of the
that
shoe.
was so frustrating.
It was
so frustrating for me
either.
too. Yeah, it was like one of your like ugly tennis.
Yeah,
like
which is like, but like that's the thing.
That's what you're focusing your energy on.
That is the issue, though. Is like the world has created so many different styles for us to
fashion
see
is unnecessary.
and to enjoy. Like in the early 1900s, everyone was just wearing a white fucking cloak and some fucking grass shoes.
But
you know what I mean?
They were made from grass.
Exactly.
Not made to be grass.
And their clothes were made out of, big ass leaves. You know what I mean? Like what is probably way before the 1900s. But you know what I'm trying to say here? Like back then, and everyone was all just homesteading around. living like that, you know, they did make their own clothes and shit out of what they had available. And obviously evolution happens, things happen, you know, and fashion happens.
Industry happens.
Yes.
And then textiles change.
But all of those things is what creates like that need in us. Like, no, I can't wear that ugly ass shoe. Are you kidding me? When realistically, that shoe looks very much like an all white Keds.
Yeah, that's exactly what it looks like.
You know what I mean?
It's yeah,
But
we have given ourselves too many options. Like if we only had to choose from two shoes, like if we had the people's shoes and everybody only wore, like in Idiocracy, everybody only wore
this and this.
This or this, then we wouldn't care if they turned to grass after 6 months because that's our only option. But we have the option. We have the luxury of choice. And I ain't choosing them grass shoes.
I ain't choosing those grass shoes. I probably will also not choose grass shoes, but I probably will make small little changes, like for sure. And like I said, more so like just on, like I have actually wanted like ceramic pots and pans for a while, just because I actually had them in the RV and I loved them. And I didn't bring them back with us. I just left them all there. You know, but like little things like that, like I've had like the spatulas and shit that you use, like your cooking utensils. That's an easy one to replace, you know, and not even just on a microplastic level, on just like an all around health benefit level.
Right. And like the changes that I've made or the changes that I've adjusted in my life are not because of plastic. I want it because of sustainability. Like I reuse a lot of my glass jars. Like I have coveted, ask my husband, I'm sorry, sweetie. I have coveted pickle jars. Like
Trevor's
these
been
2-quart pickle
pickle
jars. Interesting. You should show me the stash. I'm going to scalp some lids off of there because mine are getting rusty. Just kidding. So yeah, like I save stuff like that. Like our laundry detergent bottle busted. And so I had to decant my laundry detergent into 2. Because I had kept them. Do
you use a liquid or pods?
A liquid.
Yeah.
I decanted it into 2 glass bottles because I had those laying around. Like I make those changes, like the recyclable grocery bags and stuff. Oh, I loved that trend. I hated the plastic bags because you ended up with so many and then you're like, man, I'm just throwing all this away.
Right.
So like I appreciate that some states make that change, even though it is completely inconvenient. And the bag that they replaced it with is still... Say it with me. Plastic.
Yeah. The reusable bags are also plastic. So we're putting our food into more plastics.
It's inevitable. It's
to transport them.
Unavoidable, I should say. But and then
you could use paper bags.
You can't. They sell them at the grocery store for 10 cents a pop.
They do. Now, okay, when I was growing up, also probably same for you.
It was paper bags.
Yeah. Paper bags were the thing. We did not, they asked you at the grocery store, do you want paper or plastic?
It wasn't until we were older did they start asking if you wanted paper or plastic. And then there was no option.
Yeah. And then all of a sudden it was just plastic.
Just all plastic. And then we're like looking into our landfills and our oceans and all of this other guy. We're like, oh shit, that's a lot of plastic bags.
Yeah. But like, so, okay.
But remember the days.
Why wouldn't they offer the 10-cent fucking paper bag for free?
Because
why do you have to pay the 10 cents for the fucking bag?
That costs money. Those bags cost more than 10 cents, I bet you. But like, remember when they were bagging your groceries back in the day and you'd have like this really eager bagger and he would put like one thing in one bag?
Yeah.
And
you
so
know, it's
you
hilarious.
Would come home with like this whole armada of bags, dude.
So my mom and I were very particular. Like this was when like I was probably like 13, 14 when my parents had already split. And like when we would go to the grocery store, it would be like me and her lugging in the paper bags, you know, from the car to our apartment.
Right.
And it sucks. Like you can't one trip it with
because
paper
you got to hold the bottom of
you
the
can
paper
only
bag.
Hold 2 bags really at a time, sometimes 3 if you can like smush them all together and get a good grip so you know something. You have a hand.
You're supporting the bottom of that middle one. On the bottom. Yeah, otherwise it's all going to blow out and you're chasing your shit down
but like
the
my mom would get so irritated when the bagger wouldn't bag the things like in a nice way. And it was for that reason.
Yeah.
I never understood it until I got older. But like she would tell me, because like in the car, she would like rearrange everything. And she was like, you have to put it like this because whatever, you know. And
yeah.
I'm like, yeah, it makes so much sense.
Setting
like,
you up for success.
Yes.
Dude, we were so relieved when we got to start bagging our own groceries. It was so nice because I got to overstuff my bags because it's my chunky ass hauling it up all those stairs.
Yeah.
Initially in our first apartment, hauling it up all those stairs
So I hated doing that.
in order to get it in. It's like, I get it, but I only want to make one trip. Like,
Yes.
it went from like 60 bags to 3, and it was
Right.
fun. It was nice. It was
Yeah.
nice. And I mean,
Now it
it
went
was
down
great
to
to
3
see the
bags?
change. Dude.
With your, well, the cost of food. Yeah.
Yeah,
with
no,
that.
I can't afford 3 bags of food right now.
I know. It's like you get 1 bag of food and that's what you get for
And
the
it's
week.
not even full.
No, when I went to the store today, I bought 3 bags of food, but it was like $150, and it wasn't even. It was just extra things that I didn't get in my order from the other day that I needed
Which
to
you
get.
already spent like
Yeah, I mean, I had to buy like
on.
some toiletries, some
Which is
plastic toiletries. So that's like $80 right there, just
Right.
in that, But yeah, like it is crazy how like we went from paper to paper or plastic to only plastic to now you have to buy the fucking paper bag, even though it's better for us, or use the plastic reusable tote bags, which are great. Like they're convenient. You can put
Sustainable.
more stuff in there. You can reuse them. I get that, whatever. But like, I don't know, man. It's just a lot.
You can only do what you can do,
Yeah,
right? You
it's
can, like
too
I said,
much
you can.
for my brain.
You have to focus on so many targets. Like, how big are you going to make your bubble? Are you going to include this in your bubble as well? No, I'm going to do my best to keep what I'm doing okay. Like I do make changes in places to help people around me
Offset
and
the
my
plastics.
family, like healthier, better, whatever.
I'll choose these chemicals over these chemicals instead.
Right.
It's like how we have to like live our life, which it just shouldn't be like that.
No. Well, no, but like it's just the way we've made it for ourselves.
Yeah, which is shitty.
I mean, we did it
No,
to ourselves.
we did. Like as a human, like as a whole human race, like we did. And
Yeah.
it's shitty. It's just shitty. Like
And I mean, and then we're expecting,
Shitty.
it's like, we're expecting our government to be, to police us and to be like, oh, no, you can't be doing that because that's hurting a bunch of you. You should stop that now. To whereas they're just like the nonchalant parents that are like, yeah. Go play in those chemicals. It's fine. You'll be fine.
yeah.
You should hide that third arm though. People are going to judge you.
Probably.
Yeah.
Tuck that away.
You should tuck that in.
That's fucked up.
Did you get that from drinking soft water bottles? Got it.
Yeah. Plastic water bottles is something that I never really liked drinking out of plastic water bottles though, to be honest.
It's convenience more than it is anything else.
it tastes different to me for some reason.
Interesting. I like reusable water bottles.
Yeah, like after drinking out of like filtered water out of a reusable and then you drink water out of a plastic bottle, I definitely notice a different taste,
Right.
which is interesting.
Huh.
Have you ever noticed that?
Water tastes like garbage no matter what container it comes out of, so I really don't care. Okay, it doesn't taste like water. Tastes like water,
Yes.
regardless
I
of the
just had this
container you
conversation
drink
with my
out of.
grandson when we were watching them.
Yeah.
They always want juice. I'm like, drink some water, then you can have juice. And they'll drink like this much water. And they're like, can I have juice? I'm like, no, you can drink a whole glass of water.
Water's
first.
hard because
Then you can have
everybody's
juice.
picky. Like
No,
I can
don't
drink
like
I
water.
can
It
drink
doesn't have a
water at any
taste.
temperature. I don't care. I'll drink it warm, cold, ice.
Oh no, I have to drink it cold with ice.
Right. So like you will only drink water unless it's at a certain temperature. If
Yeah.
it's above that temperature, get stuffed. I'm drinking something else.
Yeah. I
So,
asked
like,
them,
everybody,
do you want,
like-
how would you like your water?
How would you like your water today?
Because
Sparkling,
that's what you're
still, iced?
It doesn't have a taste. I'm like, yes, it does. Tastes like water.
It tastes like the container it came from.
Tastes like water. Like that's
Yeah. Yeah. Or it tastes like your mouth.
yeah.
And that's your fault.
Go brush your teeth. Your water will taste better.
Your water will taste better.
So fresh and so clean. That's so funny. All right, this is a good point to wrap up the plastic talk because I don't think I'm going to sleep tonight.
Ooh, girl.
I'm going to go in a rabbit hole probably.
Right.
No, I can't. It's just too much. It's too much.
Like I said, you gotta narrow and focus on something.
yeah,
I
I'll be
get
like
it.
one thing here and then the next month I'll do
tiny
one other
changes,
thing.
Just little changes because
Yeah.
again, it's expensive.
It is.
And glass is heavy and I'm clumsy, so that's
Also same.
yeah. Plastic's better for me for some things.
If you guys liked this episode, please make sure to comment below. Let us know your thoughts on the plastics because it's a touchy one.
It's everywhere.
And if you live in a different country, definitely I want to know your opinions on this and
They
like
still
what
have
you guys
plastic
do
over
over there. I know the plastics is everywhere, but
The
there are
chemicals.
different regulations that the United States should adhere to also on a broad spectrum,
You're
not just
absolutely
for
correct.
the plastics.
You're right.
For all the chemicals that they just keep shoving into our lives.
Take better care of us, Mr. U.S. government.
Yes. If you want us to have more sustainable children in this world,
Sustainable children.
then
And you don't want microplastic
us-
deformity babies
yes.
with
all right,
tiny
guys.
taints.
Please hit like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe.
Share with a friend, and we'll see you guys next week.
See you next week.
Bye.
Bye.
From truth or lies, we'll call it out. They whisper gossip, but we shout. Pop culture queens and headphones clear. Girl, did you hear what's